Praise God, karibuni sana. It's a wonderful Tuesday. Every Tuesday is always a unique Tuesday. We call it terrific.
Terrific Tuesday.
Yes, every Tuesday we sit on this couch with my friend, my wife, my partner in Christ, and my partner in crime. And discuss this thing called
marriage.
We believe that marriage is good.
Marriage works.
If only.
If only you work it.
Karibu sana. Those watching us on SOA TV, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are always thrilled, happy, excited, exuberated to see you, and anytime you join us, we are always in jubilation, knowing that this is going to be a program that is going to change your life. Karibu sana. Where are you watching us from?
Karibu sana.
Yes.
You're welcome in a big way, in a bang. You're watching us from Rev B and Sound of Abundance Facebook page. Karibu sana. Ladies of Royal Distinction, Juliet Bernard Kama, you all are welcome. And as the servant of God has said, please let someone know that we are already kicking in with this thing called marriage. And tonight's topic is one that you don't want to miss. And it's also one that you don't want to listen to alone, especially if you are married. So make sure you're watching with your spouse. Make sure you're watching with a sister or a brother who is married, and let them know that it's gonna be lit.
It's fire, motto.
Yeah.
Karibu sana, welcome, welcome. It's always a thrill, a joy to always have a program with you. And today, diving straight to the topic of tonight, causes of insecurity in marriage. Causes of insecurity in marriage. What makes marriage or couples in the marriage become insecure? And they tend to say that in most marriages, it is men who are more insecure, which is not true. Women can be very, very insecure. But we'll be diving into that till we check into all angles exactly what could be the challenge and how do we deal with it. But before we get to that, marriages, it is true, when you marry someone, you can marry someone and the person becomes so insecure. True, in many marriages, there's a lot of insecurity.
Yeah.
A lot of insecurity. And insecurity can be so bad that somebody can end up like really policing another person's life.
Yes.
Like, anakukaze una maisha, right?
Yeah.
So insecurity also can destroy a marriage.
Yeah.
There's a place you get with insecurity, now it goes overboard. So insecurity is something that is not need to be dealt with.
Yeah, I would say it doesn't show on the onset of the marriage. It shows when the marriage has already kicked in. At the beginning, it looks like love.
Okay.
Yeah, it may look like this person really wants your company. This person really loves your company or really feels warm when you're around. But you see, in the course of it now, you get to realize that this thing is becoming uncomfortable. Like, for instance, why would that white guy go to the wife's salon unless it is their business? Doesn't he have work to do? Okay? So at one point, if they are newlyweds, it would look like it's company. It would look like they really are in love and they want to spend more time together, or the husband wants to, spend more time with the wife. But eventually, if it is insecurity, 2 years, 3 years down the line, it will show. And as you have said also, today I had an encounter with someone who the marriage broke. And we are talking of a marriage that has been broken for over 15 years because of insecurity. Yeah. The man did not want the lady to work because the lady is a salonist. And he said that, quote and what she told me, that kwa salon kuna, a lot of prostitution. So he wanted the wife to stop working at that particular time when they got married. So she fought it with the first child, fought it with the second child, ile anafanya kazi akiwa amejificha. Okay? Got the third child. When the child was some few months, like 8 months, she couldn't take it anymore. Because anytime she could be caught ati ameenda kazi, ni vita, kuchapwa, physical, now it turned out to be, the insecurity now turned to be physical abuse. She had to leave. And so the marriage has been broken for 15 years because of insecurity. The guy felt that salon is not safe for the wife. There's a lot of quote unquote prostitution.
It's a notion, and I don't know. At that point, I think men have a problem.
Yeah.
You don't marry a woman to keep her in the house. These are some of the things I think we should discuss. Some of the pros and cons of marriage. When you marry someone, you don't marry a child.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So you don't marry a woman to tame her, to control her, you know, to dictate our whereabouts. There is accountability, but there must also be respect.
Yeah.
This person has their own lives.
Right.
So I don't understand how men marry a woman and then from there, siende, stay in the house, don't do this. Don't talk to, don't dress. There are even men that dictate how their wives should dress.
That one also had that issue.
Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah, that one had that issue. She told me even there is a way she could dress, and it's an issue. Where are you going like this? You're going to show yourself to men. So it was something she couldn't take, and she had to choose between her job and the marriage. And she chose her job. And this is what she brought about. She told me, just imagine for 15 years, he has never sent a packet of milk to the children. What would have happened if she had stopped working?
Wow.
For 15 years, the man has never wanted to know how the children eat, where they sleep, how they dress, how they go to school, and the last born is sitting for her Form 4 exam.
There's a guy who was telling me the wife tells him when he leaves the house that he has to take a photo, a video call and show that he's in a bus.
Yeah.
If that would not happen, the wife will keep on calling. Matter of fact, there's one day he didn't do that. So when he alights, he has to say, okay, fine, see, I've alighted. I'm getting to the office.
Yeah.
So one day he didn't do that. The wife called and he was in the office, but he was in a meeting. So the wife called, he sent I sent the wife a message, I'm in a meeting. The wife could not take it. She left the house without taking a shower, anything, went to the office. Which meeting? And she stormed in. Now, the worst part is, that meeting, it was the boss, which is a lady, the HR is a lady, she's the manager, and then the other colleagues, other bosses are women. That was enough fire. How can you sit with women in that boardroom? What kind of job is that? The man got tired. Yeah. One day he left the house, and he never went back home. And he told us, if you see this is my wife, she should not enter here to see me or anybody. And she could quarrel.
Yeah.
From 4 p.m. Mjamaliza kazi, what time will you be home? Show me, piga simu.
That is a problem.
That is insecurity.
Yeah.
If the man walks, he has to look in front. You see, like anyone passes, why you look at that woman like that? Eyes will go to and fro. So eventually, also the marriage broke.
Yeah.
Now the lady now begins to beg the man to come back. He must say, I can't come back. No, I'm okay.
Yeah.
So insecurity can break a marriage. Now, there are some of the signs of insecurity, and then also, I think we should handle next week.
Yeah.
There are signs of insecurity, and then also there's the cause of insecurity. What makes a person insecure?
Yeah.
And these are some of the things, and especially to the men and to women, these are some of the things that you must look out for when you're coming together, when you're marrying someone, when you're getting involved. Because if you don't look at them from the onset, they will affect you in the future.
But see, as I said, on the onset, it looks like love.
But you see, but
it looks like I really want your company. It looks very innocent.
But you see, also, there are men from the onset, you can see the insecurity.
That one now, that is a red flag.
Yeah, there are men from security. Oh, why did you call me? There are certain signs that when the man exuberates or shows, it tells you that this one it's something to check off.
Yeah.
He calls you all the time. There's a man that calls you morning to morning 20 times a day is no longer love, insecure.
Yeah.
No, you introduce him to your friends and Anuna. That's insecurity. So that we should be handled next week. The signs of insecurity. Then how do you deal with it? How do you deal with it? But before we get to that, what are the causes? It's important for you to know what causes insecurity. Because if you know what causes insecurity, then you'll be able to know, even as a person, if you're insecure, though your wife behaves, you're insecure with your wife wants to go out, there are men, once it is 6, their wives don't go out. Nika ni mtoto. Really? My wife. There are men, by 9, their wife must be in the house. Matter of, if mama knows 7 and pata inje, and upiga simu. There are signs of insecurity. And let me tell you, insecurity is in every age group of marriage.
That's right.
There's nowhere insecurity dies until you kill it.
And it should be handled personally.
Yes, and some of the insecurity are personal.
Yeah.
So we want to address the person who is insecure. And probably they don't know when this thing starts.
Yeah.
And how does it go. But I have a question. You have a beautiful wife.
Yeah.
So you do have an element of jealousy. And you want to protect your own territory.
Of course. And you have a handsome husband. But you can't police that guy the whole day.
But don't you think...
you cannot.
If you sow, others will see.
Huh?
If you sow, others also see.
And seeing is free. The only problem is touching or coming close, or making advances. That is the problem. Yeah?
Okay. So the question is, how do you what are some of the causes of insecurity? And I want to go with number 1. The first issue of insecurity is insecurity in an insecure child in you. Most people who are insecure, they say in every man there is a boy.
And in every woman there's
a girl. Insecure person, insecurity did not start yesterday.
Yeah.
It began in the baby in you. And insecurity is when the parents did not deal with it.
Yes.
See, so for you to be insecure, partly your parents played a part. For example, some of us, we were raised manly. We were raised the jungle way. There was no baba, mama. Straight to your name, you misbehave, kiboko.
Yeah.
So some things, you grew to be a man who is independent. So one of the things that causes insecurity is the insecure child in you. There's a child in you that's insecure. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. So many things that are affecting homes right now is the root cause of how you are raised. Is the root cause of the child that was, say, 25 years ago, if you're 27 now. Many of the issues that are happening personally to men, grown men, full-grown men, full-grown women, is an issue of childhood issues. A lot of parents miss while it comes to raising children appropriately or in the proper manner. So now that we're talking about insecurity, you find that as a child, probably your parents were absentees. Okay? You're a boy child. Your daddy was never there. You are raised by mom and your elder sisters, or maybe your siblings who even are boys also. So there's that aspect of you don't know how to carry yourself as a man. You don't know how to behave as a woman because your mother was never there. She was a hustler. Ni nyinyi mlijilea kama watoto. So there was a lot of gaps. There was a lot of gaps while growing up. You grew yourself up. There was not being raised. There was not being taught values. There was not being taught this is the way. There was not being taught this is how a teenager behaves. This is the gap. You know, your mother was never there to see a gap and feel it. Okay? Your father was never there to see that this boy is missing something and feel it. So you find that insecurity can manifest in marriage while this is something that, you know, came out from the childhood bit of that boy, of that man now, who is a man, but it began akiwa mtoto. Akiwa kasichana kadogo. You know, the abuses, the beatings, the insults, hopeless. You know, what can you amount? It raises a child who becomes a teenager, who becomes a young adult. Finally the man marries, the woman gets married, and there is a lot of gaps. You know, is an unshaped tree. Is an unshaped, a flower garden that was never pruned. So that is how now, what we mean by the insecure child in you now comes in marriage and portrays insecurity therein. The things that you saw as gaps in your home, now you start, like the way you would take a photo and you see a shadow behind, it starts operating like that without your knowledge, and it's something that grew up with you as a child.
And there are also children that were given what I call over attention.
Yeah.
They used to have their way. They used to control things, control people.
Yeah.
There are even kids who used to control their parents. If they cry for something, the parents will run and give. If they don't want something, they don't. If they don't want someone, that person does not come over.
Yeah.
So it brought in a dominant kind of a child.
Yeah.
So this man gets married, and then he wants to dominate the wife.
Yeah.
He wants to rule the wife because
he doesn't know no.
Yes, and then he doesn't believe in no. There are also women don't believe in no. They don't believe in you're telling me no, you're refusing, and that begins to bring problem in a person or in the marriage. The insecure person in you, insecurity began when you're a child, and then there are people also who from the time they were small, they feared to be left.
Yeah.
So what they did, they made sure that whoever comes, I will tie them around my finger. So I will do everything to keep them around.
Yeah.
So that's why you find there are men who will do something bad to their wives, and then later they will shrink back and apologize and cry and buy gifts. That is insecurity. Because they want to roll the person around their finger. So they will dominate you, then realize I've done wrong. Then now bring out the sweet part of them to keep you.
Yeah.
So they are behaving nicely to keep you.
Yeah.
There are even men who will let everything flow. Just because I don't want to hurt my wife, or I don't want to hurt my husband.
I don't want to lose her.
I don't want to lose him. I don't want to lose. So the man is behaving like a scorpion. But because of that thing, I don't want to be alone. I want to be left. Those kind of children, probably their father walked out.
Yes.
Their mothers walked out.
Yeah.
They were raised by uncles and aunties.
Yeah.
They are used to people walking out of their lives. So when they get someone who is in love with them, they cling. They cleave in a way. They don't allow that person to go. The moment that happens, then that person will hurt you or will hurt the marriage.
Yeah.
So there's a child in every person that you need to train out of insecurity. You need to train them out.
Yeah.
Even you need to train, and it's very easy. To kill insecurity is very, very easy. That is a topic for another day. Second thing that contributes.
I think we need to speak a little on to the parents. Raising children is not just giving them food, shelter, and clothing and school. It is more to that. So much more to that. This is what I usually look at. My son right now, I'm not going to live with him for the rest of his life. I'm raising him for someone else.
Yes.
For his wife, future wife. My daughter the same. I'm raising her for the future husband. So at the end of the day, if I am cautious of that, what am I raising? What am I inputting in them? What am I, putting inside them as values that will be appreciated tomorrow by the person that will call them a spouse? Okay? Many people have, especially in this world, watoto wanajileana TikTok. Watoto wanajileana shule, exchanging notes, bad notes. Okay? What do you do? How do you handle such a matter? I know the mom is never there, the dad is never there to answer such kind of questions. Some of the topics are on sex. Okay? Some girls are too afraid, they don't have a rapport with their mother that they can be comfortable to ask sex kind of questions. I'm finding myself masturbating. Is it normal? Okay? So parenthood is one of the places that can affect and raise an insecure child to an adult, an insecure adult. If parents, most of the parents fail as parents, you have already given the world a broken adult, a broken husband, a broken wife in the future. So if parents can take up their role, do it in to the best of their ability, do research, be present parents. want to know what is happening in the lives of those kids, at least with the help of God, they'll be able to raise stable children who will become stable adults tomorrow. Because most of the broken marriages that we are seeing is a passing on, from that child that was hurt, that was humiliated, that was left, that was never raised by anyone, alijilea. So when it comes to marriage, they come with that domineering spirit. They come with that careless attitude. They come with that, attitude of wanting to control and manipulate. Why? Because no one told them that life is, there's a way. There's a way to, do things in life, and there's a way to live as a child, there's a way to live as a teen, there's a way to live as a youth, there's a way to live eventually in future when you get married.
One of the things also I've noticed that parents mostly do, and I want parents to go back to the right way of raising children.
Yeah.
We have modernized raising children until our children. Let me ask a question. How does an African parent be at ease that their daughters are lesbian? There's a mess, there's a miss and a mess. There are certain things that we don't do. There's a certain raising that is wrong. Some of the parents that have children now, they were raised correctly. One of the things that our parents did, or your parents did, there was a lot of caution. Watch you, don't do this, don't do this, out of caution. Nowadays, children are not cautioned. A parent will go to bed and the kid tell him, Mommy, I'm not coming to sleep now. And you leave them there watching TV. What are they watching?
And phones.
Yeah. And your kids go to bed with their phone. Are you sure what are they watching? TikTok from midnight is pornography. Most of the things that go on TikTok from midnight is pure pornography.
Yeah.
Now your child is on TikTok, is on his phone with the earphones in bed, their bedroom. That is wrong. Another thing, you don't apprehend the child. The child wants anything, you give. The child wants this, you give. They want to go for a sleepover, you allow. They want to bring their friends over, you allow. You don't apprehend your children or reprimand. You cannot tell them no. That is the wrong raising of children. Another thing is being absent. You're always busy looking for money.
Especially now with this long holiday.
Let me tell you, ikifika hapo, don't take your children to the village, engage them. Give them work, monitor your children. And let me tell you something, there is no house assistant that can raise children for you.
Never.
Lastly, never put a rod far from a child. Kiboko. Let me say it again. Bible says a rod will remove stupidity in a child. Many children
and they will not die.
And they will not die. Ukimtandika atakufa. Most parents, you will never tell me, you will never convince me of this nonsense of timeout. I never saw timeout. My father could call in a certain tone. Unajua leo kiboko inatembea. And you see, it made you straight. Unajua it's 6, I'm not home.
Yeah.
That man will eat me alive. The truth is, he has no teeth to eat you. But somehow, nowadays, we are so friendly with your children until they mess.
Yeah.
And they don't care.
Yeah.
From where will your child have confidence of saying, Mom, I'm trapped in a different body? You'll entrap yourself. You'll entrap. Oh, I will entrap you. And you see, when this happens, it's because parents most of the time they let their children have their way.
Especially with this long holiday.
And especially with men. I want to admonish every man, if you have a child, whether a girl or a boy, they must know you must be there. Whether you are with their mom or not, you must take time and raise wataza kutabangi. Let them know kuna akati mtaingia kwa bedroom and what you're going to remove is a belt. When they remember and you beat them well, smart. Next time they will remember the belt, they will adjust their shoulders.
Yeah. If you don't look out to those kids, they will so much be free. Hizo bangi unasema zitavutwa.
Watavuta.
Hizo sex, they will do it very, very well.
They will practice.
They will practice it. And then this is when now unazaga kusikia, little boys were molested, little girls were molested because mom is not there.
The girls are going back to school and they're pregnant.
Alafu amemchukua amempeleka kwa maanko ushago. Anko wanaona kasichana kasafi ka Nairobi ka teenager. Wanaanza kukashika. Be careful. These kids were not put in your hands just to handle them for them to become tall. There is something you need to input, there is what you need to remove as a parent. And some of these things we are talking about, the insecure child in that child, if you don't train that your little 4-year-old, it is now that thing is planting itself. So as parents, we need to come in. If you are going to change the course of at least peaceful homes that have order, husbands that are husbands, wives that are wives, it has to start from them being childs. From the childhood.
Children, yeah. Before we go to the second point, there's a lady who came and told me that her daughter is 23 and she has decided to move in with a girlfriend. I said, what? Here in Africa? He said, yes. The daughter has just come out clean. She's a lesbian. I said, what? You know, she was talking. I'm seeing how that child can be put in a room and you scratch her well. You see, I have an issue with the way of discipline. Without discipline, your child will bend. And some men talk to their wives roughly. There are women that talk to their husband carelessly because of lack of, they are not taught discipline.
Yeah.
How can your child be seated when a guest has come? I remember one time we went somewhere and we were telling Baba, go and greet the visitors. Should your child sit on a PS and visitors have come and your child can't stand and go greet? What kind of raising is that? When that child grows up, what are you going to tell them? Disobedience and rebellion. Yeah. Anyway, today is not raising children. It's a topic for another day.
But number one is talking about the
number
child.
One has a lot of weight. A lot of weight. It's something, matter of fact, for me, it's a topic by itself. You know why? Because this is what is affecting society right now. We have irresponsible men because they are taught to be irresponsible. A woman has, a family has 3 girls, 1 boy. That boy never holds a spoon because they are girls. So he goes out there, he doesn't know how to wash clothes, he doesn't know how to cook tea. He goes there now, he calls his sister to come wash for him in his house. I don't blame that boy. I blame the mother. Yeah. You know? Anyway, second cause of insecurity. Kindly talk to us 0727-438-728. If you're getting something and you're saying, wow, I like this, communicate to us. Go to our Facebook, Revbia Kama. Give us your comment, your thoughts. Again, go to our YouTube channel, SOATV.ke. Drop your comments there. Let us hear. Also send your text or your WhatsApp on 0727-438-728. We'll read it out loud, and then if you have any question, we'll be able to answer it for you. Number 2 is fear of being hurt again. What brings insecurity is fear of being hurt. Probably you've been, cause of insecurity is you've been hurt before. Yeah. Somebody came and really hurt you, you know. And I think at some point we need to talk about emotional violence. Yeah. Emotional, violence. But apart from that,
emotional abuse.
Thank you. Emotional abuse. Most people become insecure in marriages because of being hurt. Yeah. They are not sure if this one is genuine. Yeah. Because the first 1, 2, 3 hurt them. You know, so it makes them feel insecure. Yeah. Or
even the one they are with currently
is hurting them.
Hurt them at some point. Cheated on them. Wow. So with that in mind, you're like, okay, you have left that one. But how sure am I that now you're not going to do it again? Okay? The fear of being hurt again can be past. But still again, it can be present. Good. It has happened before. You're afraid it may happen again. All right? Yeah.
So when that kind of thing is there, there's a way to deal with it. There's a way to deal with it. And most marriages today, most relationships, that's where they are. Mama kwapo to your toto. Akini amini say you don't trust your husband at all. At all. You're insecure in that marriage. You're insecure with the things that are being done. That insecurity is because probably you were hurt before. People that have been hurt before, most of the time, they are very, they don't give their all. Yeah. They don't release their 100%.
And they don't fully trust. Yeah. They have an issue with trust. And also, you know, the issue of trust is what now brings the insecurity. You know, anachelewa kidogo, the signs start, you know,
your mind goes back.
Yeah, you go back to the notes.
Alifanya.
Yeah. Anaanza kukasana kwa simu, you're like, or una anachat na nani, you know, trickles back to that. And
women are masters in this.
Yeah, and the thing is this, for me, on that point, fear of being hurt, if you were hurt before, for instance, I give an example of cheating, okay? If your husband or your wife has cheated on you before, and that matter was not dealt with to the root, itaamka.
To come back.
Itaamka. And that thing, you have ever said it again, sit down, tackle the matter to the core. Repeat, get the thing out.
Talk until it becomes light.
Yeah, talk until it ends. Talk until
you can laugh about it.
Yeah, until it becomes now, okay, there is no other question to ask. I've had everything. The thing has, you know, been cleared. There's nothing more to know. But now, most of the people, okay, nilikukosea pole sasa basi situendelee. It has been swept up under the carpet. This man is still hurting. They still have those things that are playing in their minds when they see you. Okay.
They have an unanswered question.
They have so many unanswered questions, and most of the time is why? Why did you do that to me? And you see, when that why has not been answered, it a small trigger of something that can remind them of that time awakens that thing and brings insecurity. So the issue of fear of being hurt again comes because the matter was not dealt with to the core. You bear me witness. Most men have an issue with handling wrong.
Men have an issue with talking.
They have an issue with visiting an issue and handling a wrong that was.
Especially if they're the ones who caused it.
Yeah. So inakuwa sasa utashindaga
sasa tutaka hapo.
Utashindaga ukikumbusha.
Wajeri.
Kila siku tukijaribu kusema
wajeri sasa.
Majoki.
Kwani mwanamke unataka nimlete hapo boko wawili? Si tulimaliza maneno?
Hakuna.
Sinileta kanyama tukakula hiyo siku. Nikasema pole.
What happens at the end of the day, a small trigger, something that can remind that woman of Mama Njoki, what you did with Mama Njoki, it triggers something in them, you know, a reaction in them that now brings the insecurity. Unampata hakuwa na haja na simu yako, but anataka kuangalia kwa sana unakaa kwa simu siku hizi. Let me check who have you been talking to. This guy, you know, I can't trust him. Let me see where he was. Who did he call? You get it? Because the issue was not handled to the core.
Correct.
Okay? Again, also, on the same, the fear of being hurt again, you that hurt your spouse, did you change? Have you completely changed? Because you see, change is seen. Change is felt. You can't lie, I have changed. You see, at the end of the day, you have changed by mouth, but I cannot see it, I cannot feel it. So two things here, when it comes to the fear of being hurt again. One, either the matter has not been handled. The problem, the issue, the root has not been handled to the core. Number two is, you know, the person that was on the wrong, have they changed?
Another thing, and this I'll give advice to mostly men. Women don't leave something easily. That's natural. Women, if you don't feed them with the knowledge they want. This is what I'll tell every man. If you know there's an issue of that has brought insecurity in your wife, go somewhere neutral and where you know you're the one who has the power. Let me explain. Let me give you a tip. Take her to Narumolo.
Ni chakula watakula ama ni Narumolo wataenda.
Hapana. Enda Narumolo.
Pasta ni chakula tutakula ama ni Narumolo.
Narumolo tutaenda because she's insecure.
No, marriage has to be saved.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go to Narumolo. I don't even know where that place is. And then look for one place. Just sacrifice. And this is what I don't know about African men. Sometimes we save too much. Unafanya kazi unasave na ujenda holiday. Where tuseme nakuja enda holiday. So what happens is take her somewhere that you have upper hand. Not your village. Take her somewhere neutral, but you have a happen by which and by what? Number one, you're the one knows you're the one knows the terrain. Number two, you're done driving. Number three, you're done paying the bills. So what happens is, no matter how hot the air will be, she has to calm down. Then mwagamaji, just say everything.
Yeah, if you're willing to change.
Not even willing to change.
Yeah.
To kill insecurity first.
Because you see, yeah.
Change, you cannot talk to your partner that much if you're willing to change.
That's it.
No.
Yeah.
Don't play that game, because most men do that.
Yeah.
They will go and talk. Lakini.
Anarudia.
Pale. What you do, take her somewhere. Now, this is what happened. You found me with Millie. Or you saw Millie. No problem. Let me talk to you. And please keep quiet. Let me finish, then ask questions. And take her through the journey, step by step, one after the other. Say everything. She asks you, did you have sex? Yes. How many times? 20 times. Where? Say the hotel. Which style? Tell her. This is the style. Because women who need details.
Yeah.
If you don't give woman a detail, she will go back there one day.
And that is how she will heal.
Tell her, yes, you were meeting. I was giving her 5,000 after the act. Yes, I was paying her bills. Yes, this is where we have gotten to. This is what happened. What made you do that? When they were having issues with you, or when this thing happened, or rather it's my moment of weakness. Just because honesty can be seen.
Yes, it can be felt.
And it can be felt when you're honest. Tell her everything. At the bottom line, before you say sorry, let her ask questions. Let her vent. Let her feel the pain. Let her shout. Let her scream. If possible, leave that thing half-handled. Go take a cup of tea. Take a break.
Yeah.
One of the mistakes when people are handling matters is that they want to handle everything now.
Yeah.
Especially women.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that. Because that will not happen. This is a thing. Sorry, you want to say something?
Yes, on that, before you go. And as a man, or as the one on the wrong, be ready to lose that your spouse.
Yes.
With the truth.
Yes. Tell her hata utaenda.
Kuna vitu anaweza sikia na kuwe she can't take it.
She can't take it.
Or true. She needs a break.
Give her.
She needs to rethink and think if still I need to be with this person.
But now
you're freeing yourself.
You're freeing yourself as a man. Then if you see the thing is becoming hot, tell her, do this. Can you take time off? If you're in a restaurant, go this way, go eat lunch. Then give it 2 hours. Can you talk about the issue again? We reached here. If by the time the second day, the first day can be very fiery. But go and sleep the next day, bring it up again. Then after she has raised her voice, oh, I'm hot. Hey, she has said all this. I can go to see. Maybe she came and beat you. After that, the next day, now about that issue, I'm very sorry. I want to change. But I'll tell you, if your wife leaves or your husband leaves at that heat, you have lost the marriage. Never allow them leave that place if you have not resolved it. Man, are you hearing me? Yes. Make sure she says, okay, I've forgiven you. Make sure she calms down before you leave that place.
Yeah.
Make sure that place uko na upper hand. Usipeleke mali as akajiendesha toke.
Mwebeba na watoto.
Na watoto ambe tutangu kujeni twende huyu tena mjinga. Yeah. So I'll give you tips of how to overcome that thing. Your wife is really throwing tantrums. How do you bring her down? It's very important. Talk about that matter. Go into ask her what do you want to know. Did we kiss? Yes. Where do you have sex? In the car? Yes. Or on the roof? We went to be on the roof. Which hotels did you go? And be sure, if it's an hotel that your wife likes and you've taken her, she will never go there. Anyway, yes. So make sure you deal with the fear. Most people it's because they were hurt before.
Yes.
Handle it.
Yeah.
And some are even hurt when they were children by their own parents.
Yeah.
So they don't trust. They don't know how to love.
Yes, they don't know how to love. That's true.
So and then when they come to hurt you.
Yeah.
You know? So it's important. Number 3, low self-esteem. Low self-esteem or no self-esteem at all. Most of insecure women have low self-esteem.
Most of insecure men have low self-esteem. Wanajua they have a beautiful wife and they don't trust themselves. Game yangu iko chini kuna vile naweza rushwa. Yeah.
Hapana, wanawake ndio believers. Bwana ongeza job.
Wasichana hapa nje ni warembo, it's true, but at the end of the day, if you don't have self-esteem, if you don't know yourself, if you don't trust in your game, then at the end of the day, insecurity taingia.
The question is, do you have a game in the first place?
What?
The question is, do you even have a game?
Yes, you have a game.
There are some who don't even have a game.
You have a game.
Wako tu kama
where you have a game, you have an upper hand as a married woman. This man left all of them and chose you.
Maybe never even saw others.
Of course, definitely. Even if the ones anaona, they are half his age. He's 52, anaona wa 22. Okay? At the end of the day, at that particular time, these ones were babies. But he left all of them.
Married you.
And married you. That's the first upper hand that you should be confident with as a married woman. Number two, the way you are, what pulled him to you was beauty. Alikupenda, alikunoki. You are beautiful.
Sasa umehoreka.
Sasa umehoreka juu umejiachilia.
Sasa
unaka alafu umezaa watu kama 15.
Hapo na Marina zile mama weka kwa mguu hivi.
Umechapa.
Ana confisa na banana. Yes sir. Okay sir.
Na squeeze wako.
And this is what
I'm telling you
shocks
wako.
me. Now men or any woman that comes to you, if you are a married man, any woman that comes to you and she tells you I love you, I miss you, I want you, all they are going for is your wallet. There's no woman that knows you're married and comes for you if they are not after your wallet.
That's right.
So just know, any woman that comes, their primary goal is your wallet.
Yeah.
Now, most men don't have self-esteem. You don't know who you are and what you have.
Yeah.
This is the truth. I will tell every man, up your game. Make sure game yako iko juu. To an extent, there's no other man who can beat you in that game.
Unamaanisha?
Spoil that woman. Mpeleke mtreat kama je titiwa. Mpaka mtu anakuja anashangaa wewe nini? Unaleta? You know, make sure your game is good in bed, you're good, you give. Spoil her with money. Let me tell you something. Married men, all women love money. Even that your one who's next to you there. Yeah. She likes money. And she likes your money more.
More than you.
Matter of fact, she can count your money for you. So, men, up your game. Number one, katakata kitambi. Number two.
Kitambi tu.
Hapana, kata kidogo. It was good. Skana, 10 months here. Kata kitambi. Groom yourself. Dress well. Take care of her. Take her out. Give her money. Love her. Spoil her publicly and privately. Let her know and let people know this one you own. Mpaka mtu mwingine akikuja game iko too juu. The thing is this, make sure your game is too high.
Wengine hata hawajui shoe number.
Wewe hapana, hujui shoe number. Kwani nini bana?
Hujui shoe number ya wife.
Acha na huyo wewe hapana. Hakuna chama.
Yeah, but it's true. There are men who don't know their wife's shoe number.
Ladies, does your husband know your shoe number?
I don't know. My own does.
Do you know my shoe number?
Yes.
Do you know your wife's shoe number? Let me know. Send us a text 0727 438 728 or use it on our Facebook or on our YouTube. Let's get to know. Yes.
Yeah, and this is a something I'll call like a trick. Is it a trick or a leakage to most men? It's very easy to take your wife.
Okay.
Women don't have an eye for cheating. No. You can easily satisfy a woman na umweke for the rest of her life na siwe angalia mwanaume mwingine.
Okay.
That is true. If all those things that you have said, take care of her in all those things, in all those places, protect her,
like money?
Love her, yes.
Like
yeah. Because wana mahitaji mingi.
Mahitaji gani wanashughulikiwa?
Mahitaji personal ya watoto na ya nyumba. Unaona, na maybe kwa ni first born wazazi.
Ni wakora sana. Ni wakora.
So, it is very easy to please a woman and keep her for the rest of her life. For her never to look at any man. Very easy. Just do what he has said. But for women, right now, with the challenge we are having,
Hey.
of, like an outburst of immorality with other women. And those women outside here are pretty. And they know how to keep themselves. It's now a challenge now for women because with men now, the thing that moves them is physical. So most of the men could be at home and they have very good wives. Absolutely, very good wives. But what took him to that secretary is lust.
True.
And that secretary also, as you have said, wants money. Because no serious woman knows, they can go anywhere with a married man. Wanajuanga, they're wasting time. But at the end of the day, what am I giving you? What are you giving back? That is what most ladies are looking out for right now.
Hey.
So, for the women, we have harder work, more work, to be able to keep that man, to be able to, to raise your bar high. Yours has to add with prayer. You have to add with prayer. Yes, the Jezebels are all over.
Jesus.
They are on the release. Wamefunguliwa mali, like the way you open for, a herd of cattle. That's how Jezebels are right now. It's a hard game. But for men, it's easy. Just what you have said. Most of them, all those things, they are bought for cars, spoiled, bought for homes, and they know their husband is cheating, but they are still loyal and faithful. That's the character of many women. Mwanamke anahanya akona shida. Mwanamke anatembe na wanaume, she has a problem. Because it is not a nature in women. So if a woman gets a good man, very, very good man, and she's still randing and tangatanging, we are akona spirit. And like now for men, who an innocent man could be what? Could be innocently swayed away by what they have seen. Or by the seduction.
That thing needs to be dealt with. There's a level of seduction now.
Yes.
There's I am telling men, the best thing to avoid these people, walk with your wife. Put your wife everywhere. And
just hide in the things of God.
Even
you can't.
No, even these women are still in the house of God. Matter of fact, while I was church, they are buyer. No, even in church, they come and lift their hands, but also they're lifting their armpit. They want you to come there. Me, I'll tell men, please, there's nothing sweet outside that is not in your wife.
Yes.
Stay home.
Whatever is outside is a trap.
Yeah. So, imagine you've just got 20,000. Then a girl takes 10. Really?
Yeah.
For sex that you can get at home for free. The other side, you have to use rubber. Home you're not. And then even with that, you're afraid of sickness.
Yeah.
Home you're sickness free.
Yeah.
Why go to other women? I'll tell men, stop that thing. And put yourself in a place you can't be found.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Hey, these girls want your wallet. They'll do anything to get it.
They know they have no future with you as a married man.
Hi.
They know that. But then they even say it. But at the end of the day,
they don't leave your wife.
Yes. They know they have no future. They know you're taken. They know you've gone. They even know you have children. They even know your wife is known at home. So wanajua hapo hakuna vile unaweza. And they even know you can never leave your wife for her. They know it. But it is barter trade. Nipe nikupe. As you give, I give. Like that. Even if you want it for 10 years, it's okay. Let's trade. Barter trade. Now, who is losing? Who is losing? The man. Because, as you have said, it is 20,000 that should have gone to one woman, now is being subdivided between two women. And this other one at home has children. Little kidogo, mwingine pia apate watoto. Akutrap sasa vizuri.
Let's conclude here. Then we go for a short break.
Yeah.
Any man or woman that is insecure, probably they don't know themselves.
Low self-esteem.
You have low self-esteem. You have low self-esteem. We are going for a short break. When we come back, we'll be picking calls as we continue. We'll be taking calls and reading text. We can see people are really talking on people are talking on sorry for that. People are really talking on Facebook. That is Revbia Come and Sound of Abundance. We will be getting back to you to talk to you on this. This is a program we call this thing called?
This thing called marriage.
We're going for a short break. We'll be right back.
This thing called marriage.
Welcome back. Karibu tena. It is this Tuesday. Every Tuesday we sit on this couch, me and my friend, my wife, my partner in Christ, and my partner in crime. As we discuss this thing called
marriage.
We strongly believe that marriage is good.
Marriage works.
If only.
If only you work.
And tonight we are here to help you
work your very own.
Yes, get in touch with us on Facebook, Revbia Come and Sound of Abundance. Get in touch with us on SOA TV .ke. That's on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then you can send us a text, your comments, your feelings, your questions on 0727
438728.
Say it again.
0727 438728.
Hello.
I'm asking.
Yeah, you're asking?
I'm asking. A lot of marriages are broken because man has become a demigod, and especially for men. As men, we do not trust our wives with money. So what can we do? Because marriage is about teamwork. Number two, the young men that are not married, how can they get a good wife? Because when girls really pastor, it's all about the shapes, the looks. And after the shapes, the looks, they find the character does not reflect when you shape yake na sura yake iko. And also for the men, how as men can we control our manhood? Because most of young men have met because of their manhood. So how can we help marriage work and also the next generation to know that this is the best way to define a marriage? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good question.
Yeah.
Can we go with it?
Yeah.
Start.
Okay, let me start from the last one. How can they control their
manhood?
Their manhood. That's a discipline. Okay?
Yes.
You make a covenant with your eyes. Like
Yes. Job said it, yeah.
Yeah, you make a covenant because they are there. You know, and unfortunately, I don't even like trying to imagine what men go through because I'm certain they are going through a lot nowadays. Nowadays, ladies and girls are dressing intentionally out here to provoke men. Okay? And men being visual beings, they will see. Definitely. So it is unfortunate for the married women. I mean for the married men. It is unfortunate for the young men who are not yet married. It's so unfortunate. But one of the things that can be able to help the married, the unmarried, the teens, all those kinds of men with such kind of a disposable, world that we are in, of ladies, being seductive openly, even in church, is just have a covenant with your eyes. Make a covenant with your eyes.
Be disciplined.
Be disciplined. Decide with yourself that your man will not enter where it is not supposed to enter.
Yes.
Not, a strange woman, not to a beautiful, seductive girl in the office, not to, someone one night stand and all that. You just have to discipline yourself. Is it easy? No. Is it workable? Yes. Many are doing it. Many have managed to stand and are standing in that, sanctity of righteousness and uprightness. It is possible.
It is.
All right. Number two, what I usually say again on manhood and all that and being straight, usionje kitu. Ukionja kitu ile ujawahi onja, kuacha itakuwa shida. So if you're still straight and you've never had an affair outside, the day you taste, it will be impossible to stop because now it becomes like an addiction. So if you've not tasted, you're a virgin man, you're a virgin married man, because we usually say you can be a virgin married man, you've only slept with your wife. Okay? Don't dare yourself. Don't put yourself in a temptation. Oh, I cannot fall. Oh, they cannot do me anything. At the end of the day, if you trust yourself too much, only trust yourself with your wife.
Correct.
Don't put yourself in a place whereby you'll try yourself. Answer that one. Then
the same thing. What are you looking for? If you feel like you want to control your manhood or your manliness, get married. Stay to your wife. Those are not married. Because the moment you start that jumping here and there, you will never get married. you will never get married. You're used to cooking your own food, eating your own food, then you go out, you get free sex or paid sex. Then what happens? You're spoiling your life. You will not get married. You don't have an urge for marriage. So Paul says one of the ways that you control yourself is every man should have his own wife, so that it does not burn with passion. Get your own wife. And if you have one, stay with your wife. Leave the rest.
Okay. Number 2 question was the issue of how do you get to choose a good wife?
A good wife.
Okay. It's as he said, it's not about the shape.
The looks.
It's not about the looks and all that, which is very true. And looks are deceiving. Can be very, very deceiving. One, if you want a woman who is straightforward, where you pick them
matters a lot. Yes.
Their character. For instance, you don't want a wife material, and anyone that drinks and anyone that goes clubbing and all that, if you have an issue with that, with what I'm about to say next, that's your own problem. But you can't be a wife material, good wife material, and you're a man and you're looking for a wife in a club. Either utakuwa unatoa bibi yako club, ama utakuwa unampata huko na watoto ameenda, because that is where you got her. So where you look for that woman you call your wife really matters.
Very important.
Because at the end of the day, you cannot expect to get a good wife material and you picked her from the streets as a prostitute and you want to make her a wife. It's not possible. Okay? So if you're a Christian, you're a born again man, you look for a wife in church. You look for a wife of same, what do you call it? Same platform as your own self. So by the end of the day, wherever you want to pick a wife, you want to look for the character. You need to check on the character of that woman, get advice, get caution, look for people who know her, inquire from so many people before you get her as a wife. Picking them by looks, picking them by beauty, picking them in the wrong places, or umekutana naye kwa besti yako, ukaambiwa ni besti ya wife ya besti yako, and now you want to take her home and make her, that does not make sense. How you pick, where you pick, and what you hear from people who know her is what will predetermine if she'll be a good wife or not.
Correct. So very important. Where you meet matters how you eat. So it's very important to know where we're meeting. Now, if you're a believer, Bible says do not be equally yoked the non-believer. So you cannot tell me I will marry the man, then I will change him. What God has not changed, who are you to change? If God has not changed that man by now, God has not saved him.
And that's a mistake.
And that's a mistake most women do.
Yeah.
I love him. And the man is a drunkard. You'll be coming with Smirnoff in the house. And you have kids. So where you meet matters a lot. And then also, take your time. You meet someone today, take your time.
Yeah.
Get to know them. Get to know their character. That's why dating process is very important. My problem with nowadays dating, that dating involves sex.
Yes.
Most of the time, most datings nowadays involve sex.
And not soul ties coming.
Yeah, so what happens is you will not leave that person.
Yeah.
Sex should not be involved so that you can be sober.
Yes.
Nothing has entangled the two of you. So it will help you to know how to see things clearly and make a right judgment. Yes.
Yeah. Question number 1 was on money and a wise woman.
Yes.
And something.
Why how men should be advised to make sure to know that, because most men hide money. Most men don't talk about money issues. They only provide, but they don't disclose.
Yeah.
They don't talk much about finances.
Yeah. I think in this thing called marriage, we encourage couples to be open financially. You can't trust someone with your body and you can't trust them with your wallet. What's your problem? Yeah.
Do women show their husband their money?
Yes, it should be.
It should be.
Yeah, it should be. All right. So it is openness is what makes the marriage easy, makes the marriage have trust and not have trust issues, because you have put everything on table.
Clean.
Yeah, if you get a 10,000 and she gets 5,000, that's 15,000 that has come home.
Correct.
You give your tithe, you sow your seed, and then the rest you budget. You budget in the house. So openness is really very key. First of all, from the word go, and this one again is a challenge on both ends. Wamama wataki kuoneshana pesa yao, wanaamini pesa ya mwanaume ndio ya kutumiwa, ndio yetu, yangu ni yangu. That is a wrong notion. That should change. Okay? And again, also men have that issue of, as long as I pay rent, as long as I feed you, as long as I take care of the children, why are you asking about my money? It is a problem that needs to be, killed. All monies that come at home, they are money for the couple and the family.
Yeah.
And there should be no secret in it.
Men should not.
Question: what happens if you realize your wife is not keen with how she spends the money?
Bring it to attention.
Yeah.
Then
ni mkiale sana nunua vitu ovyo ovyo.
Big G, lollipop.
Yeah.
No.
Nguo.
Anytime you're working with money, work with the budget. And what you give your wife has, don't caution how she uses. But if you give her money for the house, for the needs of the house, then she must be very accountable. If she's not, let her know that this thing will be doing together.
Yeah.
Why? Because I've realized you have no financial discipline.
She can't make you poor.
No, because
yeah.
That is enough for her to make you poor. So bring it out, tell her, and then get involved. And at the time she has changed.
Yeah, and if she doesn't change, handle the finances of the home.
Take over the finances.
Yeah, whatever you put in her hands, make sure it is just enough for whatever need there is in the house.
Wow, time is not on our side, but we'll go with it. Another cause of insecurity in marriages, in relationship, is a needy or clingy partner. That is what we call attachment insecurity. There are people who are they cling a lot.
Yeah.
They just there. It's annoying. All the time you're with your wife. All the time you don't want your husband to have time.
You cannot breathe.
Hey, babe, everything is babe. Hello.
The last question is tribal. Unapata as low as people on the other side to Nambeti, you cannot marry from Mount Kenya. And for me, I think the best women or wives come from Mount Kenya because they know how to push. What can we do? I believe Wasichana Kikuyu, they make good wives.
Oh.
They do?
Yes, they do. I'll give a good example. You, Pastor Kama, and your wife, you know. So what can we do as people from Nyanza? Hii notion ya umeokoka na bado unaambiwa wezi wa Mkikuyu. And so that Mungu akisema ni yeye, chukua yeye na uendelee na mtoke hapo. I believe Abraham alitoka kwao, na maana aliblesiwa. So what can we do now as men? Usifuate familia na God ameshakwambia huyu ndio wife.
Okay, thank you. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Why do people think you are...
I want to correct now.
Before she corrects, can you guess a tribe? I think mine now many people know.
I'm not Kukuyu. I'm not Kukuyu.
Wait.
Not that I have anything against Kikuyu women. They are beautiful.
Wait a minute. Wait, you're spoiling for me.
But
Goja. Goja. Can you guess?
Guess.
Can you guess mom's tribe? My wife's tribe. Many people, everywhere I go, they know I married from the... Okay. Let me not say much. Let's hear on Facebook. Talk to us. On 0705899608 or 0727438728. What do you think is a tribe? My answer, my take for that is when you're born again, you don't become tribal.
No.
Who told you women from your side are the best? Tribalism was built. We grew up. We found tribalism, which is very wrong. You should not be tribal. You should not encourage tribalism.
Yes.
When God says this is the person, you go with the person. You don't allow tribalism, and I don't know why. It has even increased in the church. It has come into the church, whereby you find if this pastor is this tribe, most people of that tribe go there.
Yeah.
It's wrong. Me, I have an issue with pastors that preach in their tribe. So what about you're international? You're for the Jews and the Greek.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that. But there are people. Tribalism is a demon that we found in Africa, and it's still there, and it needs to die. But my take is, once you get someone that God has given you, God says he's the one, forget your tribe.
Yes, absolutely.
And it depends how you live. It depends with how you live. You can get the tribe that is yours. They are the ones who will show you pepe.
Kabisa.
And the one you thought will leave is the one who stays.
Yeah.
So it depends how also your relationship. But once you're born again, you should not have that.
No.
I'm waiting for you to tell me my wife's tribe. I want to see who will get it right.
As we continue.
Before the end, she will tell us her tribe.
No.
You won't?
Mimi ni msoa.
Yes.
Mimi ni Yesu na msoa.
Yes, something, mom.
I'm not Kukuyu.
Somebody is saying, Mom, you are Kikuyu.
Who's this now?
Lispirik.
Wewe, wacha, mimi si wa kwenu.
Talk to us. What do you think is a tribe? I would like to hear even me.
Even Lizzie.
Imagine.
Oh my God.
Talk to us, Lucerine. What do you think? Liz, Mama Courtney, what is your thought?
Of course, those that came with me to the village know.
Yes, let's get. Yes, Papa. This is always with mothers. Oh, tribalism is always with mothers.
Absolutely.
It is mothers that
you have to marry from our tribe.
Mothers, right?
Most of the mothers have that fear of their sons marrying out of their tribe.
Okay, I think our time is really not on our side, but let's see if we can run through.
Handle number 4.
Number 4 is
number 4 and 5.
Needy or clingy partners.
Yeah.
You find insecurity. Some of the things that bring insecurity are partners that are very clingy, like follow spirit. So you find you have a clingy partner. You have a clingy partner.
Yeah.
It's a sign of it's what brings insecurity.
Yeah.
Partners are always there. They're always following you. They're always on your neck. They're always going everywhere with you.
Yeah.
Those kind of partners will become insecure partners.
They have an attachment issue. If you're not there, they tend to wonder, now who are you with? Where are you? Who did you meet today? You know, that clinginess. They always want you around them. They always want you to be, doing things with them all day long. If you've gone to the office, you have to call them, keep on calling them, keep on updating them what you're doing. That clinginess is an attachment issue that now can easily bring insecurity.
Yeah. Number 5 thing that is a cause of insecurity is fear of being rejected. When you have the fear of being rejected, it will make you insecure. You don't want you're afraid of being left. You're afraid of being alone. You're afraid of your wife leaving you, your husband leaving you. So what do? You become insecure. You become so attached to them. You become so clingy also. It makes you insecure. Oh, what if he gets another woman and leaves me? That is fear of rejection is a sign, or it broods insecurity.
Yes, and rejection is also something that may have happened to you before as a child, or maybe you were in a relationship that you were left, or that person before has shown you some signs of rejection. So with a little of it, okay, it automatically comes out very strong with the fear of being rejected again. Now triggers the insecurity in you. Yeah.
So it's a cause. Yeah, it's a cause.
Yeah.
It's a very, very bad.
Number 6.
Number 6 is PTSD, which is called post-traumatic stress disorder. Can bring insecurity. Yeah. But that's a mental condition.
Yeah, it is.
It's a mental condition that can make somebody very insecure.
Yeah.
Very insecure. Post-traumatic stress disorder. What exactly does it do?
It's a mental disorder, ni ugonjwa, that is triggered by trauma. Okay? Someone went through loss of a loved one, Someone went through an accident. You had an accident. You almost died. So now you become that thought of how you almost died. That sound, like the people probably that most of the people that went through the bomb, the way they what do you call them? Al-Shabaab stuff. Most of those people go for such kind of counseling because of the trauma of almost losing their lives. So such kind of a person they can become insecure with themselves, and again also become insecure with their loved ones. Most of them get to a point even whereby their children were not in that environment, but they don't want them to go to school. They're afraid if they may go and never come back. You're getting it? So that one is a mental problem that has to be treated. That's medical now. But also if you may be having the PTSD and you don't know.
Oh.
Yes. Because you may have gone through a trauma that you never appropriately healed. You ulipona tu kienyeji, you thought you healed, but now you have that thing that always, triggers, fear of loss, fear of lose of something, another trauma happening. So you become so insecure. You don't want to, your people to leave. You don't want to be alone. You don't want your husband to go. You want to go with them wherever they go. You become too overprotective because of that syndrome that may be unconsciously in you.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. I like the conversation. I like what's happening on social media. People are really on their neck.
Guessing my tribe.
Guessing the tribe. Someone is asking other wewe songa mbali. Huyo mambo ya mkambo ulitoa wapi?
Okay, number 7.
Number 7, the last one because of time.
Yeah.
They called over adoring your partner. Over worshiping.
Yeah.
Is it over loving?
Over loving. Yeah.
Over loving. Any who you love them excess. So until you are afraid somebody you love them to an extent, you just feel like they're the only person I want. That can cause insecurity.
Yeah.
Over adoring a person. My wife is beautiful. My wife is so nice. Oh, my wife. So what happens is with that, it makes you not be able to control your feelings. So what happens is you just want to be around them. You want them not to go far from you. You want them to do what you want them to do. You're always following up with them. You're always on their back. You're always everything. So what happens with that is that you discover what happens is you end up becoming insecure with them not being around you.
Yeah. Beauty is good and it's yours. Handsomeness is good and it is yours, and everyone will see it. But the thing is yours. The trophy came to your own home. What is wrong is thinking that now everyone would want what is yours. It becomes like a disease. Okay? My wife is beautiful, my husband is so handsome. Now you think everyone wants your husband because he is handsome. He may be handsome, yes, but he's handsome only to you. And do you think you'll keep him in the house for the sake of people not seeing him or people not seeing her? So that over adoring now, over looking at them with the eyes of like they're small goddesses and they're like small gods, that now may brood a lot of insecurity because of the fact of what you have built as a castle in your own head, you think is what other people now are seeing. So you now become overprotective. You think now you want to guard. You think now you don't want to be stolen for. You think now you don't want them to take over your place and all that, which is an issue with your mental.
Yeah, and I've seen men even they don't want their wives to go anywhere. They're not even beating their wives, so nakupenda sana mpaka ni ujinga na kutoa.
Nitakuharibu sura ndo
wasikuone nitakukatakata. And some of them go that man. Navunja mguu yako ndo ujue usitoke kwa nyumba. That is wrong. And so it shouldn't be. But those are some of the signs or other causes. Of insecurity. As we're coming to a close, before we get Mom's Tribe, I think we should do today or next week, but whichever way. I have a question that I would like us to deal with today. There's this lady who went to a pastor the first time she found out the husband is cheating, right? So when she found out the husband is cheating, just hold on. She found out the husband was cheating. She went to a pastor and told the pastor, my husband is cheating. And by that time, she had moved out of the house. There are those people who don't believe I cannot share my husband.
Yeah.
And so she moved out. When she moved out, the pastor advised her to go back. So after some months, she went back. And the husband also was happy and told her, I've stopped. Then, later she found out, recently she found out, that the husband has a woman. And that woman has a child for the husband. And the husband has come out clean to tell her, I'm not willing to lose any of you. What do you think the lady should do? She does not believe in being having a co-wife. She doesn't like it. That one made her leave the house before.
Yeah.
But now the husband has come out clean. There's a child of 3 years, and I'm not willing to lose any of you. So deal with it. What do you think the lady should do? She's in distress. She doesn't know what to do, and the husband is very close to this lady, and the husband adores her. The husband gives her everything, adores the wife, but is not willing to leave the other woman.
Okay. She's right in feeling that way, which is very okay. Okay. She was the first. And so by feeling that she doesn't want to share the husband, it is very okay. And it is very understandable, and she is right. Number two, to have walked out and the pastor advised her to come back. And she came back and the husband was happy to see her, but did not tell her the existence of another woman, was a trap again. The husband was not very open with the matter, or what had transpired probably in her absence when when she went away. So for me, I think she should make a decision, and if the decision is based on it's either me and me alone, or I'm not going to have a co-wife, it will be okay. Because if she cannot stand it, if she cannot take it, then at the end of the day, she's right. The husband should change. The husband should be a man of one wife.
Wow. What do you think? Let us know your thought. Somebody saying, so the mama ukweli kabisa, some men are always insecure with their wives. They never want them to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your take? My take, the lady is discouraged because the pastor told her to go back. And she went back. And the pastor knew there's another woman. The husband knew, but even as she knew, but the husband never came out clean. So after the child has gone to 3 years, the husband is becoming clean with her. For me, two things. Either your husband decides you or her.
That's right.
You or the other woman. Number two, don't accept the co-wife. No. It's against the scriptures, and then also why? Why? That for me is disrespect.
Yeah.
You should let it go. Just let it go, and the Lord will bless you. Thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you had a wonderful night. You had a great show.
Yeah.
What's your thought?
Parting shot. Marriage is good. Marriage works if only you work it. It is a two-person's game, not one person.
Are you going to tell us your tribe today or next week?
It's not important.
Keep guessing.
It's not important, but I'm not Kikuyu.
Yeah, but keep guessing.
Yeah.
And if you want to know, look, Nyone Kando, I'll tell you. Yes.
Yeah, and also a tip. I'm from two tribes.
Yes, and a tip.
Yeah.
It's on the Western Nyanza side. Thank you for being part of this program. Thank you so much for being part of this thing called marriage.
Yeah.
We are coming back stronger, better, and we believe that's going to be impactful. Our desire and our prayer is that marriages will stand, homes will last, and children, families are going to be united. That's our prayer. And the truth is, marriage is good.
Marriage works.
If only
you work.
Please, we are very sure that if you work your marriage, it will definitely work out. So God bless you, God keep you, God be with you, and we'll see you again. Keep watching SOA TV.
Touching lives, the power of love.
And keep your marriage working. Bye-bye. Have a good night.
Good night, shalom. This thing called marriage.